Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Bold and the Beautiful, Taylor catches Ridge, she wants answers. Bold and the Beautiful gave Taylor Hayes a false sense of security with Ridge Forrester again as he threw over Brooke Logan to grow old with Taylor on the CBS soap. Brooke soon becomes preoccupied when an old flame lands in her path and sweeps her off her feet. So, you would think Taylor should be doubly confident with Brooke's attention now off Ridge. But that's not going to happen. Bold and the Beautiful spoilers have Brooke Logan, Catherine Kelly Lang getting a big push out of her slump. She's feeling so alone these days since Ridge Forrester Torsten K dumped her again for Taylor Hayes Rebecca Budig. But that changes when Nick Maroney Jack Wagner shows up at Forrester Creations this week with one thing on his mind. That's making Brooke his again, and her ex-hubby comes with plenty of ambition to succeed in his mission. Nick starts with his mission to make Brooke see Ridge for who he is. Bold and Beautiful spoilers have Nick putting Brooke on a pedestal, which is a place she hasn't been in a while. Ridge cruelly knocked her off the last pedestal he built for her. The dressmaker scurried back to Taylor Hayes Rebecca Budig before his side of the bed was cold at the Logan estate. But he always knew Brooke would be waiting in the wings for him. But not anymore. Brooke has tried to lure Ridge back to her, but to no avail. Now Nick blows into town like a whirlwind, picking up the pieces of a broken Brooke Logan. And it is just what she needs. But Taylor soon finds out what Nick's return will mean for her. In a Bold and the Beautiful twist, it is not Brooke who becomes a problem. The spoilers suggest Brooke is suddenly enamored by Nick. And he insists it is time she forget about a future with Ridge. The spoilers say he reminds her about all the time she has wasted on Ridge through the years. As he does nothing but waffle between her and Taylor. So, Bold and the Beautiful spoilers suggest that Brooke quiets down her pursuit of Ridge as Nick puts her on his center stage. But it is not Brooke deliberately interfering that is the problem for Taylor anymore. Taylor catches Ridge's new behavior, whose jealousy will spike sky high as Brooke eyes another man. The previews show him angry over Nick coming to town. He tells Taylor that he just doesn't like the guy Nick. But the expression on Taylor's face indicates that she knows there's more to Ridge's anger. Bold and the Beautiful twists things up a bit once Ridge hears Nick is in hot pursuit of Brooke. It also looks as if Ridge Forrester can't hide his jealousy over Brooke Logan from Taylor Hayes. B&B spoilers say Taylor wants answers from Ridge next week, so she likely sees Brooke is on his radar once again. So, it is not Brooke hovering around Ridge at work that Taylor needs to worry about. It is the other way around. Ridge can't take Brooke moving on. Bold and the Beautiful spoilers tease that Taylor Hayes soon realizes Ridge didn't change his ways. Ridge Forrester will never give up on Brooke Logan. So, it sounds like the arrival of Nick shakes things up. Taylor Hayes had spent years believing she knew Ridge Forrester better than anyone. His rhythms, his moods, his storms, his silences, she mapped them like an old, familiar coastline. But lately, something in him had shifted. He was distracted, cautious, almost skittish when certain subjects arose. And Taylor, a woman who built her entire life on intuition and emotional insight, sensed the cracks immediately. But nothing prepared her for the moment she rounded the corner at Forrester Creations and saw Ridge in the design office with a look she had not seen since their most complicated days, a blend of guilt, nostalgia, and hesitation. He didn't hear her at first. He was too busy staring at a folder on the desk, fingertips tracing the edges as if the papers inside were combustible. It wasn't until Taylor cleared her throat that he snapped upright. "Ridge," she said, soft but firm, "what are you not telling me?" He blinked, startled. "Doc. I didn't hear you come in. That much is obvious." He forced a smile that barely hung together. Just work. Long day. Taylor stepped forward slowly, her posture elegant and controlled, though inside her pulse was quickening. She'd been married to him, divorced from him, reconciled with him, grieved with him, raised children with him. She knew the difference between tired and troubled. Ridge was the latter. Work doesn't make you hide a file when someone walks into the room, she said. And it doesn't make you look like you've seen a ghost. Ridge exhaled sharply. Taylor, not now. But she was done giving him room to run. Now is exactly when, she said, her voice low, steady, the voice she used with patience on the brink of breakthroughs they feared. Because I've been patient. Because I've watched you drift in and out of conversations as if half your mind is somewhere else. Because I know you, Ridge. And right now, the man standing in front of me is holding something back. Ridge sat down heavily, rubbing his temple. It's complicated. It always is with you, Taylor said, pulling out the chair opposite him. But complicated doesn't mean impossible to talk about. Silence stretched between them thick, suffocating, heavy with history. Finally, Ridge spoke. It's about Brooke. Taylor's breath caught, though she refused to let the reaction show. Over the years, Brooke Logan had been a shadow in every version of her life with Ridge. A constant rival, sometimes an ally, often a wound that never fully closed. Taylor had spent years trying to rise above the triangle, trying to be the steady, rational one while Ridge and Brooke spun through their familiar chaos. This time, she'd thought things might be different, that Ridge was finally choosing stability, choosing clarity, choosing her. What about Brooke? She asked. She reached out, Ridge said. A few days ago. Taylor's heart tightened. And you didn't think to tell me? It didn't seem important, she cut in. Relevant? No, he said, meeting her eyes. It didn't seem like something I needed to burden you with. Taylor let out a soft laugh, though there was no humor in it. You kept it from me because you knew how it would look. Ridge swallowed, but didn't deny it. What did Brooke want? To talk, he said. She's been struggling. After everything with Hope, and the tension in her family, and other things. She said she needed clarity. And that clarity involved you, Taylor pressed. Ridge hesitated. She asked if we made the right decision ending things. If maybe, just maybe, there was unfinished business. Taylor looked down at the desk, not because she was avoiding him, but because she needed the moment to steady herself. She'd fought too hard for her own peace to let old patterns devour her. And what did you tell her? Ridge ran a hand through his hair. I told her I'm with you. That we're building something. That I'm committed to this life we've started again. But Taylor asked, hearing the unspoken word hovering in the room like a phantom. But, Ridge admitted, seeing her that upset, it stirred things up. Not feelings. Memories. Guilt. Responsibility. Taylor sat back and studied him. You don't have to rescue her, Ridge. You don't have to rescue everyone. He looked down. I know. Do you? She asked softly. Because every time Brooke shows up in your orbit hurt, confused, longing, you react as though you're the only man who can fix her. That's not love. That's habit. Ridge lifted his gaze, and she saw the conflict there, the pull of their shared history mixed with the tug of his old life. I didn't go to see her because I wanted something with her again, he said firmly. I went because I didn't want her spiraling alone. So you went? Taylor asked, catching the slip. Ridge froze. Taylor. You went to see Brooke, and you didn't tell me? His jaw tightened. Yes. I saw her. We talked. She cried. And I told myself I was doing the right thing. Taylor rose from her chair, turning away for a moment, letting the emotions settle into clarity. When she faced him again, her expression was resolute. You can't keep doing this, she said. Not to me. Not to yourself. Not to us. If you want to help Brooke as a friend, that's fine. But sneaking around, hiding conversations, protecting her from truths that involve our relationship, that's not friendship. That's old behavior. And I want to be part of it again. Ridge stood as well, taking a step toward her. I don't want to lose you, document. Then be honest with me, she said. Completely. Not when you're cornered. Not when you're afraid I'll find out. I need the truth before it becomes another wound we can't fix. He nodded slowly. I'll tell you everything. I promise. I'm not asking for promises, she said, voice quiet but unshakable. I'm asking for change. For a long moment, Ridge simply looked at her, at the woman who had forgiven him more times than he ever deserved, who had rebuilt herself after every fracture he caused, who was now demanding, not pleading for a healthy partnership. I care about you more than anything, he said. Taylor shook her head. Care isn't enough. I need you to choose me without hesitation. Without guilt. Without rescue missions. Ridge reached for her hand, and after a long moment, Taylor allowed it. I choose you, he said. We'll see, she replied, though her tone wasn't cold, only honest. They stood like that in the quiet office, the future uncertain but no longer obscured by secrets. Taylor had caught Ridge at the moment he was slipping back into old patterns, and she refused to let history repeat itself. Whether it would be enough, whether he would be enough, was a question that would test them both in the weeks to come. But one thing was clear, this time, Taylor wasn't the fragile heart waiting to be broken. She was the woman demanding answers and refusing to accept anything less than the truth. Bold and the Beautiful, Sheila goes after Luna over horrible Hayes stunt. Bold and the Beautiful sees Luna Nozawa Lisa Yamada getting more and more dangerous by the day, and her next move may set Sheila Carter Kimberlin Brown off. We're going to talk about Luna's twisted plot targeting her little brother, Hayes Forrester Brian David Garlick, and how their grandma might react. So, Luna got super creepy last week when she said that Steffi Forrester Jacqueline McInnes would understand where she's coming from if she felt the pain of a parent kept away from a child, which Steffi's already felt. But you know, her lunatic stepdaughter doesn't understand that. So, now Luna is spying on Steffi, Finn Tanner Novlin, Liam Spencer Scott Clifton, and Hayes as he goes to his new art school. I mentioned that it was the same set as the house that's been used before. And it definitely is. I like that they acknowledge that Liam has set up this art school at the beach house where his brother Wyatt Spencer Darren Brooks used to live, because the old art school was destroyed in the LA wildfires. So, Luna is lurking as they all drop Hayes off at his art program. And this week later, Luna approaches her little brother Hayes and starts talking to him, saying she has something for him. So, it could be that Luna tries to lure Hayes to come with her. You know, maybe Luna tells him she's his big sister, that she's Finn's daughter, so Hayes will think it's safe and maybe agree to go with Luna. I mean, she seemed ready to just pull out that gun and shoot Steffi and have done with it. But now she's pivoted to a different plan. So Luna may tell Hayes that his mommy and daddy ask her to pick him up from school, watch him at her place until they get home from work. Or Luna could just outright snatch the kid if she can lure Hayes out of sight of his teacher and of his parents and of Liam. Ever since Luna overheard Finn with Hayes, she has been way too focused on that kid. And Luna wants Steffi to know the pain of being kept from a child, which you know, pardon me if I'm wrong. But when you're locked in a cage and you can't get to your children, that is that. But she just doesn't see it. Luna doesn't see it at all. But another person that does know the pain of being kept from their child is Sheila, because Jack Finnegan Ted King basically forced Sheila to hand over their son Finn and sign away her parental rights. And then Jack conned Lee Finnegan Naomi Matsuda into adopting Finn with no idea she was raising her husband's biological child with another woman. And of course, Lee loves Finn and he considers her his mom. But Sheila also adores Finn and also Hayes, even though she's not allowed in their lives as mom or grandma. And I think if Luna makes some sort of predatory move on Hayes, Sheila would go absolutely nuclear on Luna. I could see Sheila completely losing it if, for instance, Luna kidnapped Finn's son. No way would Sheila want her grandson Hayes anywhere near his lunatic sister. And of course, Sheila loves Luna Bold and the Beautiful. But Sheila also knows that her granddaughter is not right in the head. She just told Deacon Sharp Sean Cannon about all of that. And she's very concerned. So Luna putting Hayes in potential danger might flip their grandma Sheila's villain switch back on. I could see if Luna took Hayes that Sheila finds out and just starts hunting Luna down so that she can find and save Hayes from his crazy sister. I mean, it would be wild if Sheila recruited Poppy Nozawaromi Park to help the search for Luna and Hayes. We all know Sheila holds Poppy responsible for Luna turning out as a psycho and going on a double homicidal reign of terror. Honestly, with the third murder attempt against Steffi that failed. So Sheila absolutely thinks Poppy should try and get Luna to chill out and leave town. And Sheila is right to be pushing for this. So, if Luna snatches her brother, I could see Sheila forcing Poppy to get busy and help track down Luna and bring Hayes home safely. After all, Poppy owes Steffi and Finn at least that much. And of course, we also have Remy Price Christian Weissman in the mix. He's been hanging around Luna. But he's also friendly with Sheila. So, Remy could give Sheila a heads up that Luna is coming totally unglued and getting really dangerous. I think it'd be great actually if three villains, Sheila, Poppy, and Remy, teamed up to stop Luna from doing something potentially dangerous with Hayes while she's trying to teach Steffi a lesson. Plus, you know, Lee would be out there hunting down Luna to save her grandson. If Sheila is the one that gets hold of Luna, that little lunatic might be in big trouble. She's only seen the loving side of her grandma, not the full-on murderous side of Granny Sheila. I mean, Luna's a killer, okay. But Sheila is in a class by herself. Granddaughter or not, if Luna takes Finn's kid, all bets may be off. Grandma Sheila may actually be the one to take out Luna. I could see Sheila weighing it and deciding, okay, this is a terrible thing to do. But everybody would be safer if Luna was in a body bag. You know, I'm sure if it came down to it, Sheila would try and get Luna to see reason, to stop what she's doing, to agree to leave LA, never to return. But the last time Sheila tried that, Luna pitched a fit and refused. And she's got a gun and this attitude about Steffi. And we know Luna is determined to teach Steffi this karmic lesson because she blames her for all her problems, including her daddy Finn continually rejecting her. Even though Finn told Luna it was her killing two men and caging Steffi, it was Luna's own actions that are why Finn doesn't want Luna in his life. I feel like it's more a buffet of choices of who might kill Luna if she takes Hayes or harms him in some way. Steffi definitely would. You know, she stabs Sugar thinking she was Sheila, so Steffi would definitely take out Luna. Poppy probably wouldn't unless it was an accident or self-defense. And Finn, he seems unlikely to kill somebody. But I definitely think Sheila or Lee would put Luna down like a rabid dog if Hayes was in danger. And it looks like the end of the line soon for Luna on Bold and the Beautiful. And because Lisa Yamada is going to be focusing on her new Prime Video series, she's going to leave Bold at least for a while. But possibly for good, because this might be a launch pad for something even bigger than soap operas. So, we'll have to wait to see if Sheila is the one who takes down Luna, because once Sheila finds out that her granddaughter is targeting her grandson, Hayes, there is no telling what she might do. The only side of Sheila that Luna has seen is the one that welcomed her literally with open arms, hugged her, and told her that she loved her when every single other person stepped away from her. Finn stepped away. Bill Spencer Don Diamond got her the pardon but then cut her out of his life. Poppy stepped away, which totally understandable because she was framing her for those 2 murders. Lee has never been interested in her, even though that's her grandchild, because she's just written her off. So, I think Luna may be surprised at exactly what Sheila is capable of. She may have heard stories, but she's never experienced it for herself. And she may soon.